What is up, guys? Plan Commander here, and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. Last time, we took out Kuromori. Correct me if I'm saying that wrong, but I don't think I am. In this episode, we're taking out one of the most infamous bosses in the Countdown community history. Where is Aggro? What are you doing out there? Now, oh my god, this is gonna be bad. The 9th Colossus is Bassaran. Now, Bassaran has a bit of a really bad reputation in the Countdown community, and I feel like Alex has a big influence on that. I feel like it's because of him that he is so infamous. But to his credit, he's not wrong. Like, this boss is not that great. And oh boy, this will probably not end well for me. And the reason I'm saying this is because normally I don't have that bad of a time with this one. It really, like 9 times out of 10, I do not have a problem with Bassaran. But I'm recording, and you know what that means. It means that gives the game the cue to screw me over. And it is so easy for that to happen in this boss, it is not even funny. It might be for you, but for me, it's just gonna piss me off a lot. Now, this fight is extremely glitchy. And it's not glitchy in a funny way. It's glitchy in a, oh my god, do what you want me to do, game function properly kind of way. And like I said, normally, I don't have a problem with him, but every so often, I'll have that one playthrough where it decides to not work. And I have a strong suspicion that that is about to happen today. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Now, Bassaran, if you didn't already know, it's like a turtle, almost. It's, okay, I have no idea how to explain what this thing is other than turtle, but it has one of the most unfair attacks in the game, and the way you defeat it is buggy as hell. It's, like, half the time it doesn't work, and it's not the fault of you doing something wrong. It's the fault of the game not functioning. And I would argue that this is the only boss in the game that works like that. This is one of the only times where... I'm tempted to say this is the only time in this entire game where a glitch will prevent you from getting stuff done. And the worst part about it is, it's not that bad of a glitch. Like, if you look at it from, like, objectively, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But it is. Before I rant anymore, we got our introduction cutscene. At least the music's good. That's Bassaran. Alright, now, you want to get his attention, so what I'm gonna do is shoot at him! Yeah, he shoots lightning. Yeah. This Colossus is... I wouldn't say aggressive, but it's territorial. It does not want you here. So, what you want to do, and the whole point of this boss fight, is there's these geysers all over this, like, empty lake here. And what you want him to do is stand over one of them. Now, that is not that bad. It's actually a pretty cool idea for a boss. The problem is that, remember with Phaedra, and how much it was such a pain in the ass to get him to go where you want him to go? Yeah, that times 10. Bassaran is so freaking stupid, he does not go where you want him to go half the time. You really have to, like, bait him over here, and it takes a while. It can take a while. Hopefully it's not going to. Alright, come on. Stop shooting and walk. Come on, you stupid piece of crap. Now, a lot of people seem to point their fingers at his lightning attack here and call it really unfair. It's really not that big of a deal if you're on aggro. But the problem with that is being on aggro makes it more difficult to get him to go where you want him to go. And I will fully admit that a problem with this game is that the horse controls are really weird. Oh my god, he's standing over it. The glitch I was talking about before is that... crap. Occasionally, the freaking geysers will just go through him and not do anything. Aggro, please get up. Aggro, please. Alright, I better make it. I just gotta run. Yeah. These lightning things are almost impossible to dodge when you're just on foot. Now, luckily these geysers are cooperating, but I would say a solid half of the time, they'll just pass through him and do absolutely nothing, and I have no idea why. But this at least is satisfying. Just have him flipping through the sky. Now you want to climb up his belly, because that's the only part on his entire body where he actually has fur. So, gotta kind of go under his tail. And climb up. Now, once you're on Bassaran, it's not that bad. It's just the getting onto him is so frustrating because it's... oh my god. It half the time it doesn't work, and it's not the player's fault. And I will fully admit that that is a bit of a problem with this game, is that occasionally stuff just doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and this boss is the only way to... I was gonna say it's the only way to prove that, but in the boss's defense, that was entirely my fault. Perfect. Perfect. Come on. Come on, geyser. Stay active. Stay active. Yes. Yes, it stayed up just enough, and if you didn't notice, I actually didn't have to shoot his feet that time, because, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, they kind of stay injured, I guess, so you don't have to do that more than once. But, oh my god, I'm amazed I was able to do that so quickly. Come on, climb up. I'm gonna try to jump up, because it's a little bit faster. And jump. And jump. And jump. Okay, this is actually working better than I thought. Okay, so what I'm gonna do this time is not jump and just hold on. Alright. Wait for him to flip himself over. You got some cool patterns on his body. Alright, now I can climb up. Come on, Wander. Get up there. Alright, now this part can either be really kind of interesting, but it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of annoying. There's no fur up here, so it's just kind of a rocky path, and he's gonna shake. So, oh my, okay. Sometimes it's fun to jump, but that's also kind of a bad idea, because you can go flying. But yeah, we're here, and this is the only sigil he has, so it's probably not going to be that bad from here on out. Alright, I'm so glad we didn't run into any glitches, but I also really don't want to speak too soon, because I might go flying. Something weird might happen, you never know. I could fall off. But, dear God, I hope not. I am not doing that much damage to him. And, something I don't think I've actually mentioned until now is that, when your stamina bar gets bigger, you also get stronger. Because you'll look at the, stamina meter while I'm charging up. You'll see that it's kind of, like, filling up a little bit. Once the stamina meter gets bigger, it doesn't change the amount of time it takes for that thing to completely fill up. So what ends up happening is it'll just grow faster. And the more it grows towards the outside, the stronger it'll be. And once your thing is really big, and believe me, it can get to, like, the size of half of the screen. It can get pretty freaking big. But, once it gets, like, to a considerable size, you'll notice that it starts to charge a lot faster. And but, in turn, it's also charging more. So you'll actually end up doing more damage. You can actually kill Valis in one stab. I've done it before. I am amazed that went so smoothly. I did not think that was going to work as well as it did. But trust me, don't take what just happened at face value. Like, usually, this boss is extremely annoying. And it's not because of the Colossus, it's because of the glitches. And it's really freaking frustrating. Luckily, I did not have that bad of an experience, but yeah, trust me, if you've played this game, you know exactly what I mean. And go watch Alex's countdown, the top 10 worst bosses he's faced. He does a really good job of explaining why this boss is not that great. However, on that note, I would like to point out it's not my least favorite boss in the game. That would be number 11. But I will get to that when the time comes. And oh boy, am I not looking forward to it. Because that boss can either be really easy or really, really, really infuriating. And I've only had... I must have played this game like 6 times all the way through. Only once did it go down easily. Thy next foe is an isolated sand dune. Its tracks are well hidden. Shaking the earth, its gaze upon thee. But enough about the 11th Colossus, because the 10th is one of my favorite bosses in video game history. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Flag Commander. And be sure to check out next episode, because this is going to be really freaking fun. See you guys then.